Hey everybody, welcome back to another Gravity Ace devlog stream thing. Hey Judd, how's it going? My webcam's acting weird. It's not showing the light saying it's recording. Can you see me? I can see me. No dog barking today. Doing good, doing good. I'm trying to figure out... I probably just have to do it. I'm trying to figure out how I can use multiple textures in a sprite sheet. I don't think it's difficult. Maybe, I don't know. Like this says I can do animation, but I don't really want to do animation. I kind of just want to do this. What am I trying to do? That looks cool, nice and icy. This one I screwed up. Is it this one? What am I using? Oh, it's just that. Okay. It's not even in there. It must be in here. I kind of want some kind of snow looking or crystal shards thing coming off of these things. I want some kind of crystally shard pieces flying off of it. And I want a variety of different crystal pieces. And I would like to do it in a particle system, but I don't know if the particle systems in Godot can let you do a bunch of random particles textures. This is what I want. Okay. Oh, hey. Thanks, Valiant. Nice of you to drop by. Good morning. Maybe. I mean, this guy says this works. I'm gonna try this and see if I can if that works. So you do offset random, speed 0. Yeah, so this should theoretically, let's see, enable canvas item material. Where would that be? I don't even know where that would be. Enable. Oh, maybe it's here? Ah, okay. Okay, so you give it a material, you say it's a enable canvas, enable particles animation. Okay, so I set that to on. And then I tell it how many H frames and V frames in the texture. Okay, so I need a texture then. All right, so let's draw a quick texture. Let's do a quick sprite sheet. Just a dummy sprite sheet. Let's see. These are gonna be small, so let's say like that. Let's say 16 times 8 by 16. Let's just say 16 by 16, and it'll be as big as it is. Yeah. So I'll create a circle, and I'll create a blue circle, and I'll create a orange circle, and I'll create a yellow circle and a green circle. How about that? There's my particles. All right, let's export that. No. Let's save it. Gravity game. Let's call this blue particles. And then we'll export that. Horizontal strip, just like that. Okay. Okay. So now I can come in here and say, where is it? Pop that in there. Man, this stuff's all over the place. I have to go here, I have to go here, I have to go here. This UI could be better. And then this is offset random. So the offset's 0, but the randomness offset will say it should be totally random every time. This is sometimes random, this is always random. I think that's what that means. Randomness ratio. So I think this will pick a random one of these. And I can test it by just running it, right? Okay, there's green and blue. Looks like a couple different greens. Am I doing a color or hue? No. Ah, turn that off. There it is. That's weird how it's doing it in... It's not doing it. It's not doing it at all. Oh, because I didn't set the... No, I did. It's weird. That doesn't seem to be having any effect on it at all. Oh. You can't see what I'm working on because my head's in the way. I'm gonna turn off my head. There. And the there we go. Oh boy. Yeah, so this doesn't seem to be doing anything. Right? It's doing the particles, but it's not respecting this stuff. And it doesn't seem to care about these. Maybe... That doesn't seem to do anything. Nothing. Maybe an animated texture? Boy, this is so complicated. And if I just said 0, 0, 16, 16. No change. Oh no. Come on, don't crash on me. Yeah, it's using the whole particle for each sprite, or the whole texture for each particle. I don't think this animation stuff is working. And now I've crashed Godot. Oh boy. Oh, come on, not you too. You gotta be kidding me. Did it come back? So weird. Alright, Godot's acting weird. I'm going to restart it. Alright. So that's frame 0. There's no other frames. This should just be picking one at random. Just doesn't seem to be having any effect at all. Maybe this is a bug. Let's see if this is a known bug. This doesn't seem to work. And this is old, and it says 3.11, so maybe it didn't make it into 3.2. I'm going to turn my face back on so you can see my frustration. So there are some bugs with Particles 2D. Fixed for 4.0 and 3.2.1. Okay. Not quite fixed. Not fixed. Always renders the full texture, ignores the region. Alright, bummer. Kind of pretty. Well, what's another way of doing this? Let me close this, save it, quit this, go in here, load my project up. I'm going to revert this in source control here. Revert. Delete that, I don't need it. Delete that. Delete that. What is this? Yeah, undo that. Undo that. This is all some stuff I was working on last week. Don't even know. Delete. That I'm keeping. New ice world wall texture. Those are notes. Alright. So now when I go back in here, I should have my old particle system back, because I undid all those weird changes I was doing. And bidip, and zip a zip. Yeah. All right. You know what? Let's turn these off and see how it looks. I need to figure out some way to make these particles look icy. These particles there, right? That's okay. And this looks dusty, which is what I want, right? Dusty, very nice. And these I want to look icy. And I would like to have some bigger, lower frequency particles here, some shards of ice flying off of these things. The only way I can think of to do it right now is to have... Well, maybe what I can do is just have like two types, maybe 2 or 3 types of particles here. I've already got this dusty looking one, snowflakey looking one. And maybe I'll change the color of that to white so it looks more, you know, it's brighter. It looks more like snow or something. I might change the outline of these wall sections to white as well. Let's try that first and see how that looks. That's this. And we're going to just color it blue, or white rather, like that. And then in the wall section, I'm going to change this border for these icy walls to that. Let's see how that looks. I have a feeling it's going to look too bright. It's going to be too in your face. Oh, maybe not. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's actually not bad. So you got these red dusty walls. And you got these kind of snow-covered ish ice walls. That's not bad. Definitely gives you a different feel. Whoa. So this dust or snow, it looks identical. See the red here and this white? It's the same texture, just a different color. So I think what I want to do is change the character of it a little bit. Let's just make it a little bit more sparse. Something. That. And there's a shader working on this thing that's doing some kind of distortion and some other little magic to that texture, so it's not going to look exactly like that. But it should look now different than the red one. More different. Right, kind of sparkly now. It's kind of neat. Those 1 pixel ones kind of twinkle. Kind of like that. Dust and whoa, sparklies. A little too subtle. A little too subtle. I wouldn't call it a breakthrough. I'm just trying a different method. But these little 1 pixel things kind of twinkle. So they're kind of nice. Let's see, let's add a big one. Let's do something like that. Let's see how that looks. Kind of snowy. Kind of just like a kaleidoscope thing, this shader. It's kind of nice. Let's see how that looks in game. I think this is just the start of it. This is just kind of like going to be my base layer here. And I want to add some shards, some pieces. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I like that. So that's like, imagine like an ice thing covered in frozen, just completely frozen, right? Frozen solid. A little bit of loose ice particle layer on top. That's kind of the vibe I'm going for here, right? I think this is feeling close to that. And remember, you know, nobody playing this game is going to be doing what I'm doing right now. They're going to be skimming along and flying around. They just want a little feedback. So actually, maybe I'm still being too subtle. See that where I crashed? You could see the dust kicked up where I crashed. Might be a little too subtle. This is the, yeah, it's better. So that's not as subtle. But I still think it still has a different character than this dust over here, I think. Although maybe I'm the only one that would notice the difference. But I like it. I like that. Okay, so no dust clouds. I'm going to take these out. Yeah, I'm going to take those out. I can add them back in later if I want to. It's fine. Take away the code so I don't get a crash. I like this white outline. I wasn't sure I would like it. I thought it'd be too bright, but it's fine. It's just right. Alright, let's make an ice shard. And I think I'm going to have one particle system creating these ice shards. What is this? This is 32 by 32. Let's do something like something simple. Let's see how that looks as an ice shard. So we'll call this Dust Blue Shard. These names are terrible. I'm just trying to keep them all together. And then we'll add a... Let's just duplicate this guy. Shards. Turn it down to like 10. Make this unique. And we're going to load that. Ooh. Is it doing it? Oh, and we're going to turn off this, I think. Okay. Did I turn off this one too? No, that one kept it. Texture. Why did this change? This is why I don't like duplicating these things, because these resources are shared, and if you're not careful, you're going to duplicate the resource. All right. When you make a change to a shared resource, it changes everything that uses that resource, and that's not what I wanted. Oh, did I have this thing emitting? I don't. Ugh. I was doing it right. I'm just dumb. All right. This should be unique. This should be... Here. There we go. Look at that. See the blue ice shards in there? And but you see how they're kind of distorted? That's kind of cool, actually. So my shader is doing the bit where it's making this texture look like a bunch of different textures already. So if I just give it an interesting shape, it kind of does this thing already. But if I turn it off, then I get my shards. And I can do a thing in here where I say, keep the scale at like 1. Or even like that. And I can do a angular velocity of like 6, right? That's like 2 rotations per second, but random. I don't see them rotating. Orbit, linear, radial, tangential, damping. How come they're not rotating? Oh, this is degrees. That's the other thing I don't like about Godot. Sometimes it gives you degrees, and sometimes it gives you radians, and it's never obvious to me which one it's expecting. So it should be 720. Yeah, so some of them are spinning faster, some of them are spinning slower. That's kind of cool. It's kind of how they look in game. Wow, these things are just so big. Why are they so big? Is that really 32 pixels? I guess it could be. Let's do that. And then let's do an initial velocity of like 50. No, 30. But a randomness. 10? 20? Turn this down to 360. Maybe. Let's do this. So I think by turning this all the way up to 1, it's saying... I'm not sure what it's saying. Is it adding this to this? Maybe. Let's see how that looks in the game. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, I zoomed it up to 400% because when you're actually playing the game, this is zoomed 300% compared to how the game is actually played. Or compared to how it's designed. Holy moly. It looks like bird feathers. Now it's shedding feathers. It's molting. My ice caverns are molting. That's the FPS. That's the other thing I gotta do. I think I want to rework. I want to change how I implemented this so that I don't get that performance hit. All right. Let's change this to 2. Don't know if that'll get picked up. I'm gonna have to restart. Let's restart. Maybe I'm being a little too literal with these guys, and maybe what I need is to, let's turn that down even more. Let's turn that down. And then let's turn this back on. Do this. And do that. And then let's turn off this. Maybe that alone just gives me the flavor I need. And this doesn't need to be nearly as kind of fancy as it is. I can just kind of swirl some colors in here. And maybe jumble them a bit. Let's do something like that. Did I save it? Didn't seem to change anything. No, it did. I don't know, it's looking a little confetti-like. Let's see how that looks. It takes away from the coolness of the other particle system a bit. Yeah, it's like too much, right? It's a little noisy. You know, I think before I go any further with this, I need to change the implementation of this back. There's a couple of things I don't like about this implementation. One is that there's a performance hit, for one. Because what I'm doing is I'm spawning a bunch of these particle systems every time, you know, every other frame or something. And there's a performance hit. And two, because it's spawning these particle systems overlapping on each other, you get this, it almost becomes too dense. So I think what I'm going to do is go back to my original implementation, which was I had the particle systems held here in the ship itself, and it would move it around. It would move it around and turn its emitting on or off. Where is it? Here. It was here. So that code is here. No. Is it here? Yes, it is here. This code. Okay, so I need to blend this code somehow. What line is that? 149? This is the wrong place. Here it is. Oh, see, I even put a feet. Okay. Past me was onto something. So I don't want to do that. This code is at the same level. I still do think I want to do this. What does that do? That's going to be in wall. This is a wall. So it's doing a ray cast to a wall, and it's getting the dust scene from the wall's theme. Which is one of these, right? But maybe I'll just do something like refactoring in progress. All right, let's turn that off. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get dust scene. Oh, do I even need? Let's change this to ID. Changing the API a little bit here. Let's call this get theme ID. I don't like that either. That's fine. That's fine. Let's just get it working, and then we'll make it nice later. Yeah, I'm annoyed by the frame rate. Thank you, Gesundheit. Yes. Appreciate it. So this will be get theme ID, right? ID, something like that. And then here I can say, here I can say, let's add in this, and let's add in this. Hide them. All right, so then I can say match ID, right? Do I need parens? ID end. I don't remember the syntax for match. What is the syntax? Match expression, da 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 da. Oh, you don't need an end. Okay. And then I can say red, or I can say ice blue, right? That should turn off the errors. Shouldn't you? Turn off the errors? Why am I still getting errors? Oh, because this is still bad. All right. So rather than creating a new one, I want to do something like this. So I want to say dust. Okay, and I'll do dust equals red dust, or I'll do dust equals blue dust. Okay, get rid of that. Now I need to get this one and this one. Set the position, set the rotation, set the distance. That's what these do. I don't need to add it to the scene, it's already in the scene. And then this one will just be red dust dot emitting is false. And blue dust emitting equals false. And the same thing here. Okay. This is bad. I don't like this code. It's giving me it's got a spunk to it. It's got some smell. But this will move these existing particle systems around, turn their emitting on or off, and should alleviate that performance hit. But it's also going to change the way that these things look. Which is okay. I just have to try it and see. Caves of Caravity. Caravity. I can't believe I died, man. It was annoying. I could see it coming. It happened over the course of 4 turns. I saw it coming. What do you mean? What do you mean? Shouldn't be null. Red dust, blue dust. Red dust, blue dust. Is it not there? It's there. What line? 166. Do I need a, if not, is inside tree? I don't think I needed that before, so I don't know why I would need it now. On base null instance. Why is that a null instance? Don't understand. How can this be a null instance? Did I restart the game? I did not. Alright, we gotta restart the game because it's gotta load the new ship with the new nodes in it. I could have gotten out of it, I think. Oh, shh. It's right there. So, it's not this. I am inside the tree. It's bugging out right here at line 169. Well, it was 169. It's this. I just deleted 3 lines. Red dust dot emitting equals false. Blue dust. It's right there. And this has emitting, and red has emitting. They're inside the ship. This is the ship scene. So they're in the ship. They're right there. Right? In the ship scene, and the ship scene is where I am. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Can you guys see what the problem is? I don't see it. Yeah, it's a good idea. Check the remote. Ship. It's not. Oh, it's not here. I know what it is. Because one of the things I'd done. One of the things I'd done, because I was creating these over and over again. I needed some way for them to die. So each one of these has a timer now. These timers. But I don't need these timers anymore. I can get rid of these. And one of the timers kills it. And same with you. So they were spawning into the scene and then dying. Okay. All right. Getting some weird poofs out in the sky. Need to fix that. But look. Performance now. Staying pretty high up there. It was dipping down into the 250s. So I've gained back like 100, 150 frames per second by just creating the particle system one time. All right. Those little icy particles are not behaving very well. My shard particles. Because I need to do this. Shard style emitting. Yeah. Whoa. What just happened? Oh. Okay, so I'll need to do a similar thing for when you crash into stuff. Let me just comment this out for right now. So shard particles are only appearing. Let's see. Do that. Let's do that. Right, so sometimes you get these nice shiny blue ones, sometimes you always get the white ones, you get the shiny blue ones. Alright, I just need to work on refining that a little bit, but I think that's a pretty good look. I like that. It looks icy to me. And this looks powdery and dusty. Okay. Hola, Javi. Ice cold. Yeah, Max, there were a couple of ways I could have gotten out of it, man. Mainly, I just playing too aggressively. I should have taken a hint from the quest. The quest said, I was level 11 or something, and the quest said, you get a bonus if you finish it before level 12. And you also get a bonus if you finish it before level 18. Which should have been the clue to me that it's not normal to finish it before being level 18. And there I was, level 11, level 12, trying to get up there and finish it, and I was having a hard time. It was hard. No wonder. I was doing it hard mode. And so what I should have done was grinded for a bit until I was level 18 or 19 or 20. And then I'd have been able to handle it better. So I was playing too aggressively, and then going after that chain gun, I could have survived it, but I approached it, and it ate away half my hit points in 2 moves. And then, you know, I'm 2 moves in. If I move 2 moves back to cover, it's going to hit me 2 more times, right? And that's exactly what happened. There just wasn't enough time to do anything else. Yeah, it was a bummer. And it guts me. It kills me when I die. No, I don't know if I'm having any fun. But I keep going back to it. I'm compelled to go back to it. This game. Caves of Qud. I'm just going to show it to you. Get a flavor for it. I'm not going to play it right now. There's my guy moving around. There's a crocodile chasing me. I loved playing old text-based roguelikes, but I don't like the @ symbol, you know, the character glyph aesthetic so much. I much prefer pictures. And this one has pretty pictures for all the little pieces. Still turn-based. I don't know. I think I would like it even better if it had proper sprites and animations and stuff. But this is fine. And I think it's fun. I'm not sure. I keep coming back to it, though. I can't quit you, Caves of Qud. Alright. So that's cool. I think that's cool. So much of game development for me is just trying things and looking at it, playing with it. I think that looks okay. I don't know, I'm not getting the movement out of those shards that I would like. Why aren't they moving like the other ones? I think it's because I took out the rotation. Does this have a rotation? No. Oh, there's a scaling texture. Okay, it's doing that business. And this is not. Yeah. I wonder what would happen. I'm going to change this to be a little bit more structured again, and I'm going to turn this off again. Let's do that as a quick way to turn it off. Let's do that again. That's neat, a little preview. Let's just do that again real quick. Put that on, put that on. All right. 0.1, 0.2. 180, random. They're all, see how they're all coming from this point? Let's change that. Let's change it to a box. That's like 32. See how that looks. Hey, Scooter. Yeah. Yeah. I think I like that. Little spinny ice diamonds flying off of this thing. Not enough of them. I want more. I want more. Let's do 30. Let's do 3 times as many. Do I have to reload it? No, I do not. Maybe I do. I can't tell. I can't tell if that's taken. Let's do 300. This will let me tell. Oh yeah, that works. That takes. This one turns it back into feathers. Molting again. Yeah, I like that. That's kind of what this is what I wanted before, but I would ideally like each of these little shards to be a little bit different from each other. Right now they're just a little bit different in scale and rotation, but I would like them to be different shape as well, but I can live with this. I can live with that. I think that looks icy enough. And the more I thrust in one spot, the more come up from that spot. Just like the dust over here. Just gives you a different idea of what the texture of that surface is like, right? And they're kind of rotating slowly, which gives me the feeling of like low gravity, even though gravity doesn't really have anything to do with how quickly things spin or move. But I think we're conditioned from Hollywood to think of low gravity as slow motion. And so those slow spins, those slow spins give me that feeling. I think that's going to work. That's going to be good enough, I think. All right. Yeah, the outline, you mean? If the outline was thicker on the top? Yeah. Right now, I don't have any good way of detecting the orientation of the walls. And it seems like something I don't want to take on right now. Turn these on just so I could see them. So that's my dust. And this is my icy dust. Icy dust. Icy dust. Mars dust. Rocky dust and icy dust. Rocky dust. Icy dust. All right, now there has to be a better way of doing this nonsense. I don't really like this, and I don't really like this. This should ideally be something like something like that, and I can get rid of this match. But see, this gets so complicated because now I'm tightly coupling this ship with data in the wall. The wall has this theme and an ID, and the ship is generating the dust, which is from the wall, but because there should only be one instance of each type of dust in the game, I attach the dust itself to the ship and not to the walls. This almost wants to be like a global... Maybe that's where it belongs. Maybe this should be a global thing. Maybe this should be in the game object instead of in the ship object. And then the ship could say, show dust for this wall. Right? Contact.collider, comma, distance, comma, normal, something like that. I would need show dust for the contact, like that. And it takes a collision contact, which gives it the position of the contact, the normal of the contact, and the game already knows where the ship is. And then all this code could be global. And then I could have a hide dust here. So this would be like game, right? Icy dust looks neat, thank you. Shaved ice dust, thank you. Yummy. Snow cone, yes. Let's just try this. Let's try refactoring it like this and see how it looks. So that would be in the game scene. Already don't like this. There's my dusts. So I could delete them from here. What is contact? It's the return value of intersect ray. It's a dictionary. Okay. It's not a purpose-built class. It's just a dictionary. That's fine. So this would all be in show dust. So if I had a show dust contact, show the right dust given a contact with given a contact that should be a with a which is a dictionary with collider following keys. Collider is the wall. Normal is the contact normal. Position is the contact position. Contact is returned by intersect ray. Dictionary like by intersect. Right. So now I can get the theme, get the dust theme from the wall. Let's do this. Wall equals contact.collider. So that'll be wall, right? Just to make it clear what is happening here. This is a wall object. And then let's not do that. Let's just do this. We'll say that. Say that. Right? I think that's right. Yeah. And I can just add more. And then I show it or I don't. And then hide dust will just for dust in dust children get children. No, I don't want to hide it. I just want to turn off its emitting. Because if you hide it, it hides all the particles instantly. I just want to turn the emitting off so they finish what they're doing and go away. So then here I can just say show dust contact. Here I can do hide dust, like that. And then here, puff, dust. Here, poof. Here, I just want to do this 3 times, but my contact I have to make artificially. So I'm gonna do this contact. So this is when you crash into something; it just spawns 3 dust poofs. I need a collider, which is body, and I need a normal, which is normal, this variable up here. That's the collision normal. And I need a position, which is the position of the collision up here. The ship's position, basically. But I'm going to add this random vector to it. And then I can show the contact. Or show the dust. So it's going to create 3 dust poofs with this random, this homemade contact, and then show the dust again. Collider, normal, and position I think is all I need. Position, normal, collider, right? Let's see if this works. So this code is much simpler. I understand what's happening here. I like that better. And this code is much simpler. I understand this better. Where did it go? Right? That's much better. I've still got this coupled with this, which is kind of gross. This one's okay. It's just taking everything in this node and turning them off. Fine. But this I still don't like, but I don't know. We'll see. I think we've made progress. Holy moly, it worked. It works! Holy crap. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I did a big refactor and it worked on the first try. I get some brownie points for that. First try. That makes me feel good. I can't believe that worked on the first try. Hey, Avi, thanks, man. Is it because I got it on the first try? Oh, I like it. I like it. Okay, so now, I'm thinking, now I've got a framework, right, for doing this. Oh, look at that. That's gross. All right, let's do... Oh boy. All right. It's showing up in the level editor. How can I make it not show up in the level editor? I have to move this. Ugh. Actually, so what I could do is just hide these, right? Initially. That should be simple enough. Yeah, I mean, that worked. And it'll fly around. I'll see some dust. But then they'll stop emitting. Right? And if I go back to the main menu, they disappear. It's fine. Okay, that works. I probably want to do something like, just to be on the safe side, I'll do, when the game is ready, I'll just do that right off the bat. As soon as the game loads, it's going to hide dust. Can't see it anyway, but just in case, go into the editor, there's no dust. Load our level, you don't see any dust. Go in here, you can see dust. Oh, let's make sure our explosion poof's working and crash into something. I don't see any dust poofs. No dust poofs. I'm not seeing dust poofs. All right, so that works though. It works. The whole system is working. Why are my poofs working? I was trying to go to line poof. Why isn't this working? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this here? I'm not dead. That's weird. Node not found, node not found. say that. Okay. It was acting weird, but it seems to be okay now. Okay, I crashed. So it's going to create this variable here with my object, my normal, which is a vector, and my position, which is a vector. Perfect. And then it goes in here, and it should show the dust. So we should see it getting an ID. Red. Right? Is that what I crashed into? Red. Yeah. So it'll show that red dust. It will Is this visible? Yeah, it's visible. And then it's going to change its position. Yep. And its rotation and distance should be good to go. So that's the first one. And then I is 2 now, or 1 now. Yeah, it was 0, now it's 1. And it'll give it a slightly different position. Right? Slightly different position. And now I is 2. And this position will change again. Slightly different position. And it should show the dust, show the dust, show the dust. But it's the same dust. So moving it around doesn't really do anything. Moving it around doesn't really do anything. This worked okay when I was instantiating different dust each time. I was instantiating 3 dust particle systems and letting them do their thing. This time I'm just moving one particle system to 3 different positions, telling it to emit, but I'm moving it without waiting a frame in between, so it's not actually doing anything. This whole concept doesn't work with this implementation where I'm just moving the particle systems around. That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. So I should just say, I should just be able to do it once. And it should show it. We should see a puff of dust. I don't know why we're not. Oh. Maybe we did see just a tiny bit of a dust. Who was that? Injust. Welcome. Thanks for the follow. I'm just not seeing the dust. And if you don't see it, it might as well not exist. Doesn't matter if it should be there. See, if I just hit this with one dust right there, right? You see a little bit. It's just not very much. Let's see, on this one, right, there's more. There's a poof, right? Let's see if I crash into this, it does something. I didn't see a poof. No poof. I see no poof. Was it there? I was just thinking maybe it's just in the wrong spot. But this is working, right? That's the right spot. So if I crash right there, that's where the poof should appear. That's where the dust should appear. Oh, there's no advantage, really. Game engine's a game engine. Nobody really cares what your game's made with. For me, though, I'm using a Linux-based computer, and at the time when I started this game, Unity didn't run on Linux, so I just couldn't use it. I hear it's okay now, but they still don't have official support. Another advantage is that this is completely free. Unity's free up until you make some money, I think, and then you have to pay them something. I'm not sure how their pricing structure works exactly, but I know it can be expensive if you've got certain requirements. Unreal, you have to pay a royalty for. Godot's just free. It's always free. So that's nice. It also feels much smaller to me, lighter weight, like the, I don't know how big the smallest executable is from Unity, but I think it's in the hundreds of megabytes. Whereas the whole engine for Godot is something like 20 or 30 megabytes. It's just tiny. It starts instantly. There's no compiling. I mean, you can program in a way, like you can use C# and you have to compile stuff. But I love just being able to make a change, you know? Add some code here, and then just hit F5. That's it, it's running, it's done. It makes the whole, you know, iteration process very fast. Yeah, they don't do it for profit. They have a Patreon. They take donations. I think they're paying they have enough donations because the community is big enough. They have enough donations that they're paying something like 4 people full time to work on it. 4 or 5 people, something like that. Pretty impressive for an open source project. Another advantage, if it matters to you, is you have full access to all the source code. So if there's a bug or something doesn't work right, you just go change it. You can fix it yourself, which is nice. You don't have to depend on a big company to prioritize your issues. You can just fix it or pay somebody else to fix it for you if you want. I will say the 3D probably isn't great. But version 4.0, the 3D should be superb. And 4.0 hopefully will come out this year sometime. For 2D, it's great. Absolutely fantastic. And, you know, I say that the 3D isn't great, but there are plenty of people making phenomenal looking 3D games with this right now. So when I say the 3D isn't great, it might just be me not being good at 3D. But there are some basic things that are missing, like, I don't know. I don't even know. I've heard that the 3D could be better, and they are working on it. Why isn't the dust proof appearing? Smarity, thank you. Thank you for following, and welcome. Why isn't this showing. Maybe... Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's say... let's just make it appear in the air above the ship. So this should appear vertically above the collision. Let's just make sure it's not being obscured. I don't see it. Maybe I did see it. No. I'm not seeing it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. To test if you could see it, why not just amplify the effect? That's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I want to be able to see it. So the fact that I can't see it bugs me. I want to be able to see it. I don't want to put in an effect that's so subtle that you miss it. I want it to be very visible and obvious. And the fact that this isn't visible and obvious kind of, I don't know, it just bugs me. Maybe there's something in here that's saying if the player's ship dies or something, then hide yourself. No. Maybe it's this? No. I don't even think I'm using this, really. I was, but I'm not now. What am I missing? I feel like I'm just missing something obvious. Oh, wrong scene. Sets the emitting to true. Sets this position. Rotation, distance. Maybe this... Maybe this needs to be that. Let's see. I've never heard of Paradise Killer. Hey, Leonard. How you doing? It sounds like an anime. I need a faster way to test this. Let's do this. Let's keep that there. Let's copy all of this. Let's put it right here. And let's delete this. Let's change this condition. Get rid of the rec stuff. Normal. Right? Body normal, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now it should show the dust every time I contact a wall, whether I die or not. That should make the testing a little faster. Oops. Open world detective game. Interesting. Oh, is that the one? There was a detective game that came out a couple years ago. L.A. Noire is what I'm thinking of. It's not L.A. Noire, obviously. It's Paradise Killer. Detective game. Oh, I didn't need to die. I had an idea for creating a detective agency tycoon game. I thought that might be fun. So the dust isn't appearing where it should. Let's see if it's even getting here. Okay, it is getting there. And the contact position is minus 415, 192. Oh, let's do this. Let's take it out of here and let's put this here. Contact position minus 415, 192. Yeah, it does it every time. It creates some dust. It's kind of annoying to test, actually. It's close enough. It should be showing it right there. Oh, there it is. So you can see it there. It's happening. Let's see if we get a break here. There it is. There's the break. And there's the dust, so you can see it appearing while the game is stopped. So it is working. And then if I continue, so this is the player dying. Moving the camera. Right, dust is still there. But if I hit F12 to continue playing, the dust disappeared instantly. Something's hiding the dust. Something's hiding the dust when you die. What could it be? Something magic is happening. See if this gets, when this gets called. Okay, that's going to get called every frame. But that's fine. It's just turning off the emitting, it's not hiding it. Right. Right, there's no hide in here anywhere. I don't have any signals. There's no signals. Is there anything in here? Yeah, I did. I put one breakpoint on hide dust, and that wasn't it. If you weren't thrusting last frame, then the dust is hidden. Yeah, but the hiding doesn't actually hide it. It just turns off its emitter. That would do it, actually. That would do it. That's exactly what's happening. Okay, I get it. I get what's happening now. All right. It's this. It's this, right? This ends up getting called every frame. So what's happening is when you hit something, you blow up, it shows the dust, but then immediately a dust ray is cast. And it's not hitting anything because the ship's not there anymore. You're not thrusting anymore, right? You've just died. So the very next frame, it turns the emitter off. So it emits for one frame, maybe. It might emit for 0 frames because it might turn it on and then stop emitting on the same frame, so nothing appears. So what I need to do, if I want that poof to appear, is I need to let it emit and then don't stop emitting for a few frames. At least until the ship is visible again. So I probably only want to cast dust rays when the ship is visible. I'm calling that from the physics here. If visible. Let's see if this does it. Wasn't fast enough. If alive. Something's happening in the wrong order. Let's do this. Let's do prints high dust and prints show dust. And let's do engine.frame count. Get physics frames, get frames drawn. Let's do get physics frames and engine.get frames drawn. Let's do that. Hide. Let's see what that prints out. Yeah, so it's hiding the dust every frame, right? But then I collided with something, and then it hid the dust, and then it showed the dust again. That's weird. Show, hide, show. 1, 2, 3 frames in a row. Normally I'd advocate for using the debugger and breakpoints, but I need to actually see this kind of happening in the right order, and some of those calls, they would break every frame, and I don't want to, it just becomes tedious to deal with. So here I should see a poof, there it is, and show dust, there it is. So that's interesting. So this is when I died. I exploded. And it showed the dust, and there's no hiding it. And then it won't appear again. And it started hiding it again, right? So I exploded. Frame 402. Shows the dust, 402. Hide dust at frame 13277, right? 2,000 frames later. So why isn't the dust showing? It was in the rec. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. I'm not noticing it. I need to make it bigger. Oh, you're right. Shit. There it is. I just wasn't looking carefully. Let's do the red one. Okay, yeah. It's there. Now I got too much dust. Right? It keeps showing it until I appear again, until I'm alive again, or visible again. And really what I want is to just have it be there for 2 or 3 frames. Okay, you're right. I was so blinded by not seeing the dust that I didn't actually see it when it appeared. Maybe this means it's all futile, right? Because if I didn't notice it, what's the point? I see it now, though. It's in the wrong spot. It's in the wrong spot. It's like I almost need a cooldown or something for when show dust appears. Just showing it at the wrong spot. It looked okay. That looks okay. I just need to show the one poof, though, not so many. So this condition, show dust, no, cast dust rays. This is not quite right. Because that's happening every frame. And then it says this. Maybe I don't need this condition. Yeah, that's not right. Because then you end up with weird stuff like that. Right, it just it stays there forever. Right, I can't have that. So I do need this. But I could do something like in here. Let me get rid of these print statements. I could do something like dust last frame. Equals engine.get. Physics frames. And then here I could say if less than 5. I don't like that. I don't like that because that could cause you to have the same problem before, where the dust just never turns off. I think I want to do a hate these. Shoot, what's it called? What are the coroutines called? Yield. Always wait for 3 idle frames before turning off the dust. Let's see. So that works. Right? That works. And now, there's my dust poof right there. Had 3 frames of dust poof. How much? I'm getting dangerously close to ridiculous territory here. In terms of work versus benefit. I'm not seeing it there. See, when you start doing yields, you start getting weird results because your code's not running in the correct order anymore. Yeah. You know what? This doesn't work. But so what? This doesn't work because the dust is turned off almost, because the dust emitters stop emitting almost instantly after they start emitting. I'm going to commit this. It's done enough for now. So this is part of my refactor. Moved this code out of the walls section. Oh, God, excuse me. Moved the show and hide dust into the game object, my singleton. I've got new textures for the blue shards and the blue dust. I moved this stuff out of the ship and refactored how this stuff works, right? So that's good. I changed the dust scenes themselves a little bit, and that's correct, right? And that's all my changes. New, better, theme-based dust particles for icy blue cave walls. All right, I'll think about that. Something needs to happen here. This needs to like show the dust, wait a couple seconds before it turns the dust off. It's like the hide dust call here needs to just calm down a minute. And if show dust just happened, then don't do this for a few frames. That's what needs to happen. But it needs to happen in a way that's like not yieldy, not dependent on those weird yields, which sometimes worked and sometimes didn't. It needs to be something along these lines. If thrusting last frame and I mean, this is basically a timer. I could add a little timer here, a dust timer of some kind. But I would like this to be encapsulated, so I think I would want the timer to be in the game singleton, so that I don't have to worry, I don't have to know about any of those details for showing or hiding the dust in this guy in my ship. He doesn't care. He just wants the dust to show. It'll come to me while I'm in the shower or something. Anyway, that was good. That was a good stream. I wanted to accomplish the dust and make it look icy and cool. And I mean, you guys be the judge. I think I did that. Stack underflow. Sometimes when you edit scripts a lot while the game's running, it just freaks out. But yeah, take a look. So here's the new icy dust particles from these icy walls, right? I think they look icy and cool. Little dust, icy shards flying off of it. And this one's the rocky Martian kind of red asteroid dust. Oh yeah, this is gonna be cool. And then here's the ice cave, right? So imagine like you're flying through this icy world now, right? There won't be asteroids. It's gonna be big asteroids made of ice. So I need to create a new ice asset. These rocky asteroids are gonna be exclusively to this. Well, now I'm thinking about it. Probably what'll have to happen is if you're near a red rocky wall, it's gonna spawn these types of asteroids, like the game's been doing the whole time. But if you're near one of these, then it'll spawn big ice chunky asteroids made of ice chunks. And someone suggested last stream that I should put in a shader in here that reflects the player. So you could see like a mirror reflection of yourself. I think that'd be kind of cool. I think that would help sell it. And then I also want to do a sound. So right now when you shoot and it hits a wall, you hear a thunk, right? And this one I want it to sound like breaking glass. So I need a new sound effect for hitting this. And once I've got the sound effect and you hear breaking glass and you see chunky ice asteroids floating around, and you hear the breaking glass and you see your ice shard dust, I think it's gonna feel cold and icy. Yeah, so made a lot of progress today on these ice chunks. It seems like a small thing, but it's part of a whole building the atmosphere for this new area I'm building. And yeah, you guys have been a lot of help. I appreciate it. Just being able to talk through some of these issues while I'm having them with you guys has been helpful. So I'm going to call it for today. I'm going to stream again Thursday. Same Gravity Ace time, same Gravity Ace channel. And again on Saturday. I'm going to try and up my streaming game to 3 days a week. I also posted a video on YouTube today that you should all go check out. Here. So you can go to gravityace.com. Links to everything is there. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a follow on here. Hit the subscribe button if you want to be notified of my next stream. There's a Discord. You can come and talk, hang out. Got my Twitter where I post screenshots and stuff. Work in progress. And yeah, it's been fun hanging out. Thanks for dropping by, everybody. See you next time.